I trust this finds you doing well. At the very end of the Sermon on the Mount in chapter number 7 of Matthew, Jesus wraps up his teaching with something I think we really need to take heart. He says, "Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, but it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it." Now, it's one thing to hear the teachings of Jesus, but if we don't apply them to our lives, if they remain in our head but aren't put into action in the way that we relate to others, it's really futile. James would later say, don't be just hearers, but doers of the word. Because it's important to hear, because if you don't hear the truth, you can't know how to apply it. But hearing isn't enough. He says, you got to build your life on the rock. The one who takes the teachings of Jesus, one who builds their life, is building their life on the rock. And the rock is Jesus himself. Remember, he gave his life for us, that he could give his life to us and live his life through us. The storms are coming. The storms will come if you build your life on the life of Jesus Christ, if you live from him as the source, if you live a life of surrendered obedience to his indwelling presence, the storms will still come. But the house stands. The life bears fruit. It experiences him living through us in the midst of the storm. And if you build your life on the philosophy of the world or in self-pursuit, you build a life, but it's on the foundation of sand, and the storms still come, but great is the fall. You see, friends, everyone has storms come into their life. No one escapes. No one goes through life without storms. The rains fall, the floods come up, the winds blow. It's just what we built the foundation on. And so this isn't a building on things that you put into practice that is all about what you do. But remember, it's the life that abides in him. You hear his voice and you obey. I don't need to tell you what to do or where to go or how to give, what to say. He lives in you for that purpose. So hear him and obey him. Don't let life be futile or fall apart, for he is the cornerstone on which it is all built. And he loves you and lives in you and is your source for it all. The storm, if it hasn't come, it's coming. But he is the solid rock that brings you through it all. I love you, and I hope you have a great day.